welcome to Createspace Online. Here we give you guys at home the opportunity to paint along with me to create some really exciting pieces of artwork. This week's theme is Modern Christmas, and so we'll be creating this image of a bauble hanging joyfully on the tree. You will need a large plate, a large and a small paintbrush, the paint colours red, black, yellow, orange, blue, green and white, and something to draw around your plate with. Take your plate onto your page and put it on the bottom right hand corner just so it hangs over the edges. Draw around that and then add a tiny little section at the top, a bit like an open square for the top of your bauble. Now you can paint around the bauble in your black paint. Remember to add lots of water to your brush to help blend it across the page. I have sectioned off my page with some masking tape to make it a slightly smaller image. That's why you can see that I'm not doing the edges particularly straight. Now paint your bauble bright red. Try and paint it in a circular motion to give it more of a rounded effect. Now using your smaller brush, take some of the white and just create some circular lines around the left-hand edge of your bauble. And again, some more on the top right-hand side of your bauble. This is to create the effect of light bouncing off of the circular ball. On the bottom right-hand side of the bauble, just add a little bit of black to your red paint to create a shadow. Now paint the top of your bauble in a very light grey. Now we're going to move on and create the effect of the tree. Start with 2 green lines across the page, and then off of them you draw 1 line and then flick the paint outward from the centre. This should create a fern-like look. Try not to get too much water onto your brush now. The green paint will come out stronger if you keep the paintbrush drier. Now using your finger, we're going to paint dots onto the page to look like fairy lights. I've started with yellow and then moved on to orange. Dot them all around the black, not on the bauble and not on the fern of the tree. Some you can make very small little fingerprints, and others, if you press harder, you can make them slightly larger. Your dots don't need to be evenly spaced. Some can overlap, some can sit next to each other, or you can have a cluster of some in one space. You can see I've used yellow, orange, red, light blue and green to make these dots. And I'm also going to use some white. Now we're going to move back to our bauble and create the hook that goes around the tree. So like you're painting the bottom of the heart, do up from the V, around one side and then only slightly the other side. I've just tidied up some of my fingerprints as I was using mine on an easel and some of them had started to run. But hopefully if you're working flat, this shouldn't happen. Now we're going to write our word in our bauble. I've chosen the word joy. Now we're going to go back over our tree as the green will have started to slightly fade as it has dried onto the black. So using your small brush, dip it into the green and into the white and then create the tree effect once more. This will also help to give it some depth. Finally, we're just going to outline the bauble. So start with the top section and then move round the edges of the ball. And there you have your finished piece. You can either use this as a piece of art or make it smaller to make Christmas cards. Thanks for joining us. We hope you've had great fun today creating.